Hi Libra, welcome to your weekly message. So, for this upcoming week, it does feel like some of you are struggling to find release of something you're really tired of, something like it's felt as being a burden or a weight, but you're still kind of attached to it. And it feels like for some of you Libras, it has to deal a lot with the past. Some of you are tired of the past, of situations that keep being dragged into your present time and kind of feeling like that's the reason why your growth has been as well inhibited at some degree, but it's like you don't know how to let it go fully or how to find that freedom like once and for all. It feels like some of you are really trying to kick off your life, things and situations that are like dead or done with, stagnant, things that you're just processing or like the residual, right? Energy, not the actual heart of it. It feels like there's an absence of heartfelt emotion connected to whatever the situation is. So, for example, some of you might feel like you're still emotionally attached to a situation and find out that it's not really about the heart, it's something else. It's the imprisonments of the mind, of the ego. It feels like there's something pointless when it comes to attachments because the heart is no longer there, or you're going to come to realize that there's a very important part of you that does no longer connect and resonate with whatever this past energy is. And that will be kind of where some of you Libras will be finding that freedom and that release. Some of you might feel guilty. It could also be a sense of guilt that is creating this trap. Some of you have guilty feelings. Perhaps you feel like you are responsible if something or how a situation didn't turn out to be for the best. I keep getting like some of you, it's also a lot about guilt and regrets, and that's something to look to if you're feeling that way. What you want to do to change that? Are you apologizing? Are you writing letters of apology, of acceptance, of whatever it is that you need to find some degree of comfort in what was so you can write a different story right now? I keep getting like some of you Libras are really trapped into this self-told mental structure where you can't change your life, and it's not true. But the more you feed into that thought and that belief, obviously the worse you will feel, or the less capable you will feel to free yourself and liberate yourself and actually live life in a more happy, constant, present manner. Because I see like there's this sense of avoidance. Perhaps some of you are sitting with people, with friends and family and loved ones, and you're really like not there. Like your body's there, but your heart and your mind are not. I keep getting like there's this difficulty for some of you to be centered in whatever you have going on right now and really enjoy it and savor it and make the most out of it. I also feel like some of you, this is just a feeling of being tired, like tired, physically tired, and just needing some bedtime rest, needing to sleep better or more time, needing to adjust some of your routines, to have perhaps in them moments where you can breathe, where you can relax, where you can do things that are just about the pleasure of doing them, right? And things that are actually nourishing to you and that recharge batteries. Some of you, it's about being, more actively connected with also what stimulates you, what drives you in life, being a hobby, a project, an interest of yours. It feels like the only thing here is like you can't just be stuck and paralyzed and more in the same energy, because it's aggravating a problem that on its own for you it's already complicated. I feel like some of you are thinking about separations or thinking about leaving something. It could be a relationship, it could be a work, it could be something that is not working again. It could be that there's this energy almost like there's various tentacles, energetic tentacles grabbing you, Libra, and you want to find a way out. And it keeps being a struggle because even if you're able to cut off something, you're still attached to something else. So there's a feeling of complexity associated with this. Wanting to break free and leave what you feel like you are bound to. And if the message here is like one thing at a time, one step at a time, things are not, easy breezy. It's not like the easiest times to find that degree of full liberation that some of you would like, but it feels like you're reaching to a point where you're able to step by step make the cuts and the changes, right? And put the endings where you're wanting to put endings. So things that are not good for you, relationships that are, that have served their purpose, coming to terms with the need to find better and more for yourself, whatever it is for you, Libra. It feels like at least there's that very strong presence of this notion that you must separate yourself from something. So again, it could be from an energy that you have been feeding, a pattern that you have been following, a behavior, an addiction, or it could be about separating yourself, your energy, right, your time, your resources from an actual person, or from a job, or from something that is just pulling you down. Some of you might also be receiving apologies or apologizing. I feel like you're getting the energy of the I'm so sorry kind of vibe. So again, if you're feeling guilty of something, there's this energy of just coming to this point where you're expressing your regret, right? Or you trying to meet this energy in a way that it's functional, right? Which is not by self-inflicting yourself pain and shame and sorrow, putting yourself as that as that villain, but actually coming to the front and just saying sorry. It could be in the mirror, it could be by writing, it could be by looking at the person in the face, it could be by texting. I just keep getting like there's this urge to apologize that you shouldn't restrain, because it's not about how the other energy or person reacts. This is for your own sanity and health. And for others of you, it will be the opposite way. It will be that there's someone strongly wanting to come forward here during this time to apologize for something they have done, for something they feel really bad about. It's a very deep but tiring energy that some of you are in which some of you are situated. It's not like ideal. It's complex. Some of you, this is about the let go process that has been very like a constant battle. It keeps getting like some of you have had moments where you felt like you were successfully letting go and able to actually turn away from what does not serve you, but then having moments of relapse or moments where you fall back into that energy where you just can't. And maybe there's something here about you just can't erase something, move away from something, because there's still something about the situation that you have not really confronted, perhaps due to fear or insecurities. But it feels like whatever has been done, it has been done. I keep getting like there's nothing here some of you could do now. The only thing is to apologize if you feel like that's what you have to do. And if you have been wanting for an apology, definitely something that is in someone else's mind towards you. It's like a feeling of tear. Yeah, definitely here. There's a feeling like a tear falling. This could have several ways to consider what this means, but it could be a little bit of an emotional, sad week for some of you, nostalgic, feeling pain due to endings, because you have an extreme focus in endings and things that must be done with. So your journey continues. Your journey has been on hold, or something that is meant to something about your journey in life that it's meant to happen has been like in this feeling of hold, not happening, the stagnation that some of you have felt, or the delays some of you have suffered, have a lot to do with this process of letting go and ending, and allowing these endings and deaths in life, the several deaths we suffer in life, to deeply transform you by surrendering to them. And it feels like this might be the week where, for some of you that have struggled with this, you finally get it, or you finally really come to accept an ending. For others of you, could be that you're saying goodbye to, again, something like your home where you have been living, changing homes, or changing city, changing country. Some of you, I feel like there's this emotional goodbyes associated with actual physical moves and dislocation. So for some of you that are traveling or relocating, it could be because of that, because you're leaving your known familiar territory, or you're leaving your family and friends, and it could go multiple ways, depends on your, obviously, in your personal story. So I hope your weekly message is of help. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For this month, as usual, I have a special sales offer available, and for the month of October, it's a love special called The Ring. So if you would like to know more details about that or any other of my services, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below.